boy shooting down in the woods. He wouldn't leave it even if he could. 'Cause life is good, yeah!
HIckok45, your internet shooting companion, coming to you from the beautiful hills of Middle Tennessee. Yes, the home of Alvin York. And I can never forget Dolly Parton, can I? I need to come up with some new names, but for some reason, she always comes to mind. What a singer, what a looker, really, to be honest. So anyway, here I am again in the reloading room, gunner lying at my feet, chewing on something, and somebody's giving me a call. They knew I was on the air, didn't they? Okay, that was my wife calling. Can't even hide in the reloading room, can I? Well, anyway, what am I going to talk about today? And I know what it was. She heard me bragging on Dolly Parton. Yeah, that's why the phone rang, right? But I'm going to talk about some videos we've done recently, different things, just whatever comes to mind. And, now that I think of it, I don't think I put the table of contents in the last one. I'll try to go back and do that. Somebody actually put one up for me in the comments, but I'll try to do that. Again, mainly so that you can get back, if you remembered vaguely, 4 months ago, I talked about something you want to go back and hear again for some reason. Maybe you could find it. Not likely, because the way I ramble. The table of contents phrase is sometimes loosely related to whatever it is I talked about, right? So we'll talk about some different things here, and who knows where we will go. One of the things I wanted to mention, and most of you might be aware of already, is, of course, the whole issue that Cutlery Lover has been dealing with having lost his channel, and which was hacked, I suppose. I don't know all the specifics necessarily. And I see that he's back up, it looks like, as I do this on what day is it? It's a Tuesday, yeah. And I'm on vacation, and Gunner is about to eat. Gunner, hey, be good. About to eat some Christmas wrapping out here. No, Gunner. He's a little sleepy, but he's never too sleepy to get into something. Yeah, he's a cute dog, aren't you, Gunner? He's a cute boy. You got to keep your eye on him when he's out here with all these obstacles and chewables, down right in his face here and there. At any moment, he could grab some brass or, oh man, you name it. Dylan, reloader, brass vibrators right there in his face, boxes of ammo, magazines. He's a pretty good boy, but you got to keep your eye on him. He's a pretty good boy. You want to say something to the audience, Gunner? You want to bark? Yeah, he sneezed a little bit. That's all he can do. That's all he can manage to do. But back to Cutlery Lover. Got him sneezing. Yeah, he lost his channel, and apparently has gotten it back, and more information will be out before you hear this, probably. I'm kind of following it, and you can imagine the interest that most of us have in it, some of you especially. If you have any videos up and you've done much work on your channel, you can't help but relate to that dilemma, that plight, because that is one of the nightmares, I guess, that haunts all of us that have a channel and have put anything into it at all. Is it does seem rather fragile at times. You're really at the mercy of your login and the YouTube account, just everything. I mean, who among us has not had trouble with a computer, or getting back into an account at some point, or maybe been locked out of, who knows, some forum we participate in, password doesn't work anymore, just general computer problems, and it's just, you're just sitting there looking at a screen, and you don't really have a lot of recourse. It just won't cooperate. You can't get into something you've been getting into, or whatever it might be. Anybody that's been messing with computers very long has had that experience, and you get right down to it. It's a weird virtual world out there, the YouTube world, and even though it's populated with real people, like me, Gunner, dogs, and everybody else. But yeah, things can be hacked. Someone pointed out on, I don't know, his channel somewhere in all this that if they can get into the hackers can get into the Pentagon systems, they can get into your YouTube account and mine probably if they really want to. But anyway, there are some precautions, and there's various steps you can take. And apparently, one thing you may have seen my postings, I have mentioned in a couple of places at least, that you would think when you delete your account, close your account, that it's not really totally closed or deleted. Surely the people at YouTube and Google have enough sense to realize things can be hacked, and someone can get someone else's password or whatever and try to cause some mischief, and that an account could be closed, quote unquote, when the owner of it doesn't really want to close it. And generally that would just be a day or two before you'd be hearing from them kicking and screaming, if something like that happens. So surely it's built into the system that even if you close your account, it's not deleted. Maybe even if you deleted all your videos intentionally, it would seem they're still there, just like on your computer hard drive. Things are really not deleted until you just fill up the drive, as I understand, pretty much. Unless that every little ounce of space, every little piece of memory is replaced with something else. It's still there. But surely YouTube doesn't actually delete stuff like as the moment you order it deleted. What would be the problem with holding up a week or 2 weeks and sending out a series of emails, to anybody that closes their account or deletes a bunch of their videos? I would think if I were the god of YouTube, I would have it set so that even if you did that, you would get an email a day later, 2 days later, be built into the system that, hey, we see that you closed your account and deleted all of your videos, or 10 of your videos. Did you really want to do this? Please reply, or it will become final in 10 days or something, and then get another email in a few days, with a similar comment. And of course they have all of our information, phone numbers and everything, and then call and the whole 9 yards. And of course that's what part of the two-step verification method involves, is having to be called and everything. So even without that, you would just think that it's still there and can be restored. And apparently that's what has happened with Cutlery Lover. We'll all find out here. I'm anxious for him to do a video explaining further all the events of the last few days, and I'm sure he will, if he hasn't already. As I speak, I've been out and around today shopping and different things. Haven't been online all day. So anyway, it does seem to be a fragile endeavor we're involved in, anything with computers and digital memory and all that, but hopefully there are enough backup systems that even mischief can be overcome. So I know we're taking a lot of precautions, and I hope everybody else is. Speaking of videos, and that is the endeavor here, isn't it? I guess you've seen the Steve Lee video, the music video that we did here on the compound. Oh, when was that? Back in August, I guess? No. It was in October. That's right, October. Steve was up for that, and we went on up to Knob Creek. Yeah. But anyway, I've been featuring it since he posted it, and thought you'd get a kick out of it. Is well done from a production standpoint. Very well done. The company that does Steve's music videos came and did that. If you notice the incredible clarity in the camera and everything, that camera would buy all of our what that camera cost that was used there would buy all of our cameras. But it really nice outfit. The guy, of course, knew what he was doing, and in that regard with that camera. And so that's pretty neat to see see all that in such incredible clarity. But I mean, not that our videos and your videos aren't pretty clear. Anybody's doing HD stuff looks pretty good. But that was the next level, I guess you'd say, and pretty interesting stuff. So I hope it's not a little or too self-serving, featuring that. I hate not to feature it. We put a lot of work in on it. Steve, we sort of helped write it, of course, but Steve and his daughter and wife did most of that, and John and I helped some. But he wanted to come up and do a song, about HIckok45, and we did that, and then wanted to do a music video for it and put it on his CD and everything. So, who am I to refuse if you want to do that, Steve? And so we've been playing along with it and having fun with it. I'm not pretending to be Elvis or anything, here. The little bit of computer screen celebrity, is just, there's Gunner. My early warning system. The next step warning system is a Glock, right? But this is live radio, so you get whatever's going on. Phone calls from my wife when she hears me talking about Dolly Parton, Gunner, warding off intruders and all that sort of thing. But seriously, I mean, this is all just fun. It's almost like a surreal or not a joke really, but it's just all fun. I just kind of take all this as, I don't know, made up stuff. This little bit of celebrity and everything associated with the channel. John trying to turn me into a celebrity, I guess. Blame it on him. But still a surprise, of course, that so many people tune into YouTube and shooting videos, and the thing has grown as big as it is. So, but it's just all in fun, and so anyway, I'm featuring the video and playing along with all that. That for now I'm HIckok45, right, and I'm having fun with it, and we'll continue doing videos. Again, it's hardly anything different than we've been doing for 20 years. That's the irony and the funny part of this. Most of these targets you see, not all of them, but the range and everything. I probably should try to dig out some stills that prints, from, I don't know, maybe when I first moved out here, and let you look at the range, put up some more pictures of that. I could scan them and let you see the range back in like 87, 88, 1990. And we do have some footage here and there on VHS if we ever get it converted to digital. John's been meaning to do some of that, maybe, and get it digitized and incorporate some of that into a video of some sort, some kind of montage. Just that would definitely bring home the fact that we've been doing this goofy stuff, shooting these targets, for forever. It's just we brought out the camera. Now Gunner is chewing on a piece of plastic. Hey Gunner, do you think you could kind of take a break, buddy? Okay, life with Gunner. I got the water bottle away from him and gave him a ammo box, cardboard, so I'll just let him shred that up and a little bit quieter. But anyway, I've lost track of what I was even talking about. The video was fun, and all this business with the HIckok45 and the music video. We're just having fun with it, and like I said, I know where I was talking about the old videos and stuff. We'll have to dig some of that out, or pictures at least at some point, because we've just been doing what we've been doing forever, and it's on film now. And of course we ham it up a little bit, and we try to do things you want to see and things we enjoy doing. But however big it gets or continues to grow, that's up to you guys and other people who haven't discovered us yet, I guess. Because I mean that's the other amazing number. It's right as I speak, we average over 250 to 300 new subscribers a day, and have been for a long time, and I just wonder, where are those people coming from? I mean, where are they right now? Because it's like every day there's that many people that I guess didn't know about the videos, or maybe they've been creeping around and seeing some of them and then decided to subscribe. There must be a lot of people on the planet. I'm beginning to figure that out. There must be millions of people on this planet, maybe billions, you reckon? At least with internet connections? I don't know. So anyway, we're having fun. But anyway, the day we did the video with Steve was a lot of fun. It was very interesting. You know, someone who does that for a living, you know, making videos, music videos, and that kind of work. That was it was fascinating to see the techniques and just different the equipment and the operation of that. And it's totally different from our standard video, and all kinds of things I do. Of course, the real time and unedited, you know, it's like the antithesis of that. Just exactly the opposite, of course. Which makes a nice video, of course. I mean, both methods have their advantages, and of course, anything like that would need to be edited. It wouldn't be very interesting. You wouldn't be able to do a music video. You could, but it'd be totally different. So, anyway, I hope you've seen that on Steve Lee. I've got it featured on our channel, but it's on Steve Lee's channel. I have favorited it and have it showing on our channel, but it's not posted on our channel. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you check that out. And I can't think of anything in the video that I wanted to comment on, I guess. Although it's pretty neat to get Gunner in there a little bit. And John up on the shooting table, it was great. Playing the guitar. So had a lot of fun with that. Some good gun porn there, right? That camera. And fired my last zombie bullet, 44 Magnum caliber there. I have to get some more of those. But that, anyway, went pretty well, and I hope you've seen that. And I certainly hope you saw the FAQ with me demonstrating my expert banjo skills. A little follow-up on that banjo. One reason that the banjo playing was so good is that is a Gibson Mastertone banjo made in around 1950, 49 or 50. Because I know my parents were always reminding me that Dad bought that the year I was born. I'm pretty sure the year I was back then. And so, you know, it's a 66-year-old banjo, 5-string. And so, you know, my earliest memories are of Dad playing that banjo, because he could really pick it. I do come from a musical family. Believe it or not. My family would get together, I mean, uncles and cousins, and sound like the Beverly Hillbillies. I guess we were, in some ways, up in Kentucky, and would just get together occasionally. I remember uncles whose names I hardly even knew, all gathering around. Some would play the fiddle. Couldn't call it a violin in Kentucky, but the fiddle and the guitar, the banjo, and just having a good time, just playing music. And you know, in our basement, even latter part of Dad's life in later years, you know, it was actually my cousin who was older. He's more my dad's age, but they'd just get together. They lived close by. You know, he would bring a guitar up. Dad would play the banjo, sometimes the guitar, but usually the banjo. And they just pick out stuff and play just for fun, just jam like musicians do. And, you know, Cripple Creek, and I remember hearing the theme song to the Beverly Hillbillies many times. Earl Flatt and Scruggs, and those guys, Dad could play all that stuff, and was really good at it. He was the official banjo picker. No matter what group got together, he was the banjo player and picker. You know, the only one around that could do it that I knew of, and had a great banjo. And he'd just get the thing out every now and then. I'd hear him down in the basement, you know, in the family room or wherever, just picking the banjo all my entire life that he was alive. So it's a special instrument, actually, even though I may not have treated it as a special instrument in the video. It's very special, and something that will stay in the family forever as gets passed on to John. Well, you might have seen the Glock 36 video posted here recently, and I'm not sure what will be posted by the time I post this, but we've been fortunate to acquire the services of a Glock 36, and that has been highly requested for a while, as well as a Walther PPQ, which is a highly requested gun. Now, I never really planned to be the gun reviewer. That's never been in the plan. It still isn't really. It just happens, I guess. As we moved along here, we've had opportunities to add different guns on videos, and more than I really ever planned, partly because people have been lending guns to us, and then I've been trading around trying to get my hands on some of the more popular firearms. Of course, because of that, we get even more requests for every gun on the planet. But we really just started out just planning to demonstrate some firearms we had, and various types of shooting, and just whatever, having some fun with the guns I had. And then the requests kept coming in for various guns, and lots of times it'd be a firearm that I kind of like myself, even though I didn't have it, or it's a gun I used to have. And so I kind of got started that way. I think, I wouldn't mind having a Beretta 92 again. I kind of miss that gun, and so figure out a way to get one. And same with the AK, and it just sort of grew from that, I guess, to a point where we are a part of what we're doing is showing some different firearms, and popular firearms that people are currently trying to make decisions about, and that maybe we can help a little bit and give my perspective on it, at least, to show them as clearly as we can, and what features, benefits that the guns might have from my perspective and my take on it. And a lot of people like that have responded really well, and just eat it up, which is good. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it. So we are doing some of that. But again, my main mission and drive is not to see how many firearms we can do videos on, but we do want to, have a different one out there every now and then, and then it goes in streaks. We may have some really interesting guns or highly requested guns for a couple of months. It seems like every time you turn around, maybe, but then it may be a few months, so we may not have that many different guns. We just want to kind of catch up and do some more videos and have some more fun with the guns we have. It just kind of depends. As I've talked about before, there are a lot of variables that you might not think about, and some of those being, is it a gun that I'm going to have long term? If not, we need to go ahead and do whatever we're going to do with it, and then we might go ahead and post it. So we might have several videos go up in a short period of time on the same gun or similar guns, or we might even hold some of the videos back, and then you get a video in the middle of the winter when the leaves are green, showing what happened to the snow, or conversely, you get a video in the middle of August with snow on the ground, but it's not that bad usually. But sometimes we do that. We'll have a couple of videos in the can, and we'll post those in a week or something, because we've got several videos here we're posting, and then we'll do another video or two. Oh, we just love the video or the gun, and people are requesting it, so we post that, and before you know it, there's a couple of videos that we just don't get posted for a period of time for just whatever reason, and it's not really intentional. It just kind of happens that way sometimes. I mean, it's a problem we want to have, because you just never know what fate's going to bring. We may just not be able to get together for a couple of weeks and not make any videos or something. Or I could lose my voice or get sick, or whatever. John could get sick, or one of us could have an accident and be laid up a couple of months and not do any videos. So it would be nice to have 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 videos in the can, so to speak, that just to keep the normal posting schedule going, at least one a week. And that's kind of the believe it or not, I know we post more than that, but that's really my frame of reference. I'd like to be able to put up a new video every week on something, but we generally exceed that, don't we? And so anything beyond that is, to me, is still gravy. It's just, wow, we're able to make more than a video a week. So if especially through January, February, these really cold months, you may not see as many videos, but you know, you know we by now surely that we enjoy doing them, and we've got a long list of things we want to do, and guns on our mind out there that we might want to get a hold of if possible, and you know, so we have lots of videos. We have lots of firearms we've not done a second video with even, but so if weather permits and schedules, it definitely will have a video, more than one a week probably, but at least one a week. Now, I guess I got a little off track there. I was starting to talk about the Glock 26 and then or 36 and guns we've gotten a hold of. The PPQ. Gunner's trying to be a bad dog on me here. He gets something out of the trash can to chew up. He's just a bad dog, aren't you, Gunner? Oh, he has such a cute, sad face. You can't resist him. The PPQ is a very interesting gun. I try to relay that in a video. I don't know whether it'll be posted by the time you're listening to this or not, but the Walther PPQ, as people have suggested, is a very nice firearm. It has a beautiful trigger on that thing. It's probably so light, as I mentioned in the video, I'm not sure I'd want to carry it as a duty defensive gun. You know, I don't know. That's a dilemma that you face. Nothing like a really nice trigger with a clean break and maybe even a light pull, but you know, do you want a gun that has a really light pulling trigger, lightweight trigger for a defensive gun? You know, that opens up some areas there of concern, but boy, is a wonderful trigger on that gun. It's striker fired. It reminds me a little of the, now I've had some Glocks with triggers almost that nice or light. The SR9C, the Ruger, has a trigger similar to that, just a fairly light and yet very crisp break. So you combine a nice crisp break, clean break, with a light pull, you've got a trigger you can hit something with if you've got any sights at all on that gun. It just makes a difference. It's like a 1911. You know, obviously that's why that gun is so popular, target shooting or anything. Once you pop that safety off, you have generally, depending on whether you've had work done on it and who makes it, but a light, crisp trigger. And there's almost no limit to how light and crisp that trigger can be with some good gunsmithing. So it's hard to find that in a, you know, a polymer wonder, a modern firearm like that. So, you know, that said, I still prefer a harder, a little bit heavier trigger like I have on some of my favorite Glocks. This Glock 27 Gen 4 I have. The 23 is that way as well. They both have really nice triggers. They're heavy. They're almost like a New York trigger, you might say, but man, they break cleanly. It's a very crisp break. You know right where it's going to break, and you can't breathe on it, pull it, that's for sure. You're not going to probably pull it accidentally, even if you got your finger on it, which you wouldn't want to have there, but nice clean break. Kind of stiff, but very crisp, and that's to me the ideal trigger in a carry gun especially, and I like it for anything. But the PPQ goes to the next level. It has a very light trigger with a crisp break, and if you can't shoot that gun, well, you know you're I don't know, you don't need to be messing with polymer guns, I guess, because that's about as good as it gets that I've shot. Very, very sweet, and definitely a gun you might want to look at if you're looking at, you know, that genre of firearms. You know, M&P, Glock, XDM, you know, all those striker fired guns, maybe Car. That the PPQ is pretty sweet. Now it's not exceedingly small or anything. You can see in the video the kind of the size of the gun in comparison with the other guns, but it's about the thickness. In the next video I'll try to have an XDM out there. It seems to me to be about that thick on the slide, and a similar contour, you know, kind of wide at the bottom and then narrows the top of the slide, and it is a sweet gun, no doubt about it. Okay, boys and girls, I think it's time for gun of the show. Okay, listen carefully. Let's test it. Click. Let's click it a different way. Okay. Load it. Unload it. Safety on. Trigger does nothing. Safety off. Cock it. Pull the trigger. Okay, see if you can get an idea about that one. I will say it is a modern classic, let's say. It's my gun. It is a little heavy, maybe, and very well-known firearm. Good luck. Well, a little time has passed, a day or so here since my last segment. I changed the batteries out in my little recorder here, so it might be a little louder. I have to turn the volume down. I noticed that they were getting weak. But since I spoke to you last year in the last segment, the suppressors have shown up at the compound. You've probably seen at least one of those videos. And I want to tell you, we had a big time. That's a pretty unique adventure. If you've never shot suppressed firearms, it's fun. I mean, it's not something you'd want to do all the time. I mean, think about it. As cool as it is, you're hanging a big thing on the barrel, you know, in order to get it suppressed. So it ruins the feel, and the balance, you know, especially of a handgun. And but they have their purpose. They're fun. But that was pretty cool. The way that worked out was a fellow in North Carolina who sells suppressors as a sideline. I didn't even know. About a year ago, maybe he had been a viewer, has been a viewer, and messaged me that his family up in Kentucky and comes by my area pretty often on holidays and things, and so I had communication with him. But well, I didn't know he was involved in suppressors and things. But when I bought the Blackout, which has a reputation, you know, for being a great suppressed round, it's one of the motivations for developing it. He saw that in the video we did, the first one. He wrote me again. Oh man, I've got a suppressor that will latch right onto that barrel, you know, because it comes with a muzzle brake that's designed to hook the AAC, the Advanced Armament suppressor, you know, just right over it, right on it, and it's ready to go. And he has those right in his hand, you know. So he was coming this way to visit family up in Kentucky, coming right by here within a few miles. So we scheduled an afternoon here while I'm off, and let's just bring him down and let's play some. So we did, and you'll see more of it. But we just about 3 hours, you know. So we tried to do some things that make sense. Had a suppressor that would fit a Glock 17. Had a barrel, you know, threaded barrel, and then had the suppressor for the Blackout rifle, and he even had another one or two. We just didn't get to them, but we did 3 or 4 videos there. We'll post over the next couple of weeks, and had some fun. I'm not an expert on suppressors now, just because I've played with them a little bit, but I know a lot more about them now than I did, you know, say a month ago. I had actually fired a Glock. I guess it was a Glock 17. It might have been back when that was the only Glock, around '89 or something, at an IPSC match. We finished up. Somebody had a gunner, groaning. So a guy had an Uzi, had an MP5, and had a Glock, all 3 suppressed with suppressors, and that was pretty cool. That was my first time to ever be up close and personal and shoot one. And they were pretty quiet, and it was so cool to hear just the bolt and the bullet hit the steel. And I'd always remembered that. It's just very vivid in my mind, and so that'd be kind of fun. I've never been driven to get a suppressor, you know, or else I'd have had one over the over the years. but just another aspect of firearms that's a lot of fun, something interesting to do, and safe. So we played with the Glock and the Blackout and did some different things. You saw the first thing we did was just play a little bit, shooting both of them, blowing up some water jugs and things, and then hopefully by now you've seen we actually are going to do some videos and talk about it a little bit more and do a little bit of a demonstration. And I'm sure there are other YouTube videos where people are maybe more educational, know more about suppressors than I do, but we want to give you some of the basics and just show you what we had and how it works, and demonstrate with a couple different kinds of ammo. Certainly there are a lot of myths and misconceptions about suppressors. They're not totally silent, but now if you're using subsonic ammunition and you have a good suppressor, they're pretty close. I mean, you're going to have the bolt and everything and the pressure, and then whatever the bullet hits, but there's going to be some sound involved there, of course. But Gunner's about to claw up the floor in here, rolling around and groaning. He's losing his mind, a little bit of his mind I think he has. But subsonic ammo is the key. And in the videos, a couple of different times, I think I demonstrate with ammo that is not subsonic, and then ammo that is. And I think with the Glock, I demonstrate without the suppressor and with the suppressor, same ammo, and just a couple things like that to show you the difference. I did notice with the Blackout rifle that I don't know that it comes through as well, the difference as being there. I fired a couple of shots, or one, without my earplugs. Just put a regular round in, a faster round, 125 grain, I think, bullet, which is exceeding the speed of sound, and fired it. And the difference it's much different, much different, if you're there. I mean, it doesn't hurt my ears, and it is suppressed a little bit, but it's way different from those suppressed 220 grain subsonic bullets, cartridges. Way different. I'm not sure that came through in the video as well, the sound, depending on, I don't know, the final product and how you hear it, but there's a big difference. You generally want subsonic ammo if you want some serious suppression. That's just about the only way it's going to work. But that was a lot of fun, and we appreciated the fellow coming, bringing those over. His website is NC Silencers for North Carolina, NC Silencers, and he has a lot of information about silencers, suppressors, at his website. And he has some YouTube videos. I'm trying to think what his site. I'll link to it in something in the videos. He has a couple of videos that really are good about giving information about the laws and some rationale about it and dispelling the myths and things. There's a part 1 and a part 2. If you have an interest in the suppressors at all, or just knowing more about them, that would be really good. I watched both of them. The entire videos, they're very informative. So he's a good guy. He's very well spoken, and unlike me, he has some sense. Just a really good guy, and is willing to help the project, and didn't want to be in a video or any big hoopla about what he's doing. He's been watching the videos for I don't know, I guess 2 or 3 years, and is just glad to help out. And of course, we're glad to give him a plug or two. I don't know if it helped him or not. The suppressors is kind of a sideline for him, and he has a contracting business, different things, but good fellow. I don't know, what can I say about the suppressor? The afternoon, it was fun. We tried to do several different things with it. I think the other thing that doesn't come through in the video as much maybe is it just was fun. When you pull that trigger, and there's just no sound really much at all except the bolt, and then when that bullet hits the steel or thuds in the dirt over there or hits some wood, it is more dramatic when you're there, I think, than it comes through in the video. I guess because you're used to a totally different experience when you pull the trigger, and it's just so neat. It is really unique, I'll have to say. It was fun, and I know I got a little giddy just pulling the trigger, and I was intentionally missing sometimes. I wanted to hear it hit the wood, hit the mud, the dirt over there, because you can hear it thud into the bank. It really is like you're throwing something. I think at one point I mentioned it was like throwing rocks at the targets, even the steel targets, because like just throwing a rock, you don't hear anything except bonk, the ring of the steel when it hits. And I know particularly when I hit 4 or 5 of the animals, it really just reminded me of walking over there and slinging a rock at them, and just hearing nothing but the steel, the ring of that. So it was kind of fun. It was a blast. I don't know. I probably am going to have to start the process for too long and get one of those. I think it might be worth it. They're pretty expensive. You got to go through that process of the background check, pay your $200 stamp fee for it, and go through all that. But once you have it, and you can move it around from gun to gun if it will work on other guns. Like I said, it's not gun specific, and has a little more value attached to it, maybe for, in that context, because you might even sell it. Like if I got one for the Blackout, for example, and if it was a versatile multi-caliber suppressor, if I were to sell the Blackout or decide I hated that round or something, and something else came out in the same caliber or similar, I could move it around and use it elsewhere. So I don't know. Just thinking about it. Not sure whether I'll do it or not. And again, one of the cool things about all this was when the people at Advanced Armament saw that I had bought their upper. They developed this cartridge, and they sent some ammo. They know the ammo is expensive, and so I've gotten, I don't know, a couple, 3 cases of ammo from them, as well as another company, PNW Arms. I haven't used any of it yet. It just came today. So, there are a lot of people wanting to promote this new cartridge, relatively new cartridge, and hey, fine with me. I stumbled across it on my own. No one told me about it or sent ammo or anything at all like that, or sent me a gun. I was listening to Tom Gresham. You've heard the story, and I heard him talking about it. I said, that sounds cool. I started searching around and bought one, and bought some ammo, did a video, and just started playing with it. And I guess a lot of people were surprised and maybe glad if they're promoting this caliber as well, and are now trying to help us out a little bit. So great. It's wonderful. Send all the ammo they want. Again, we don't do infomercials, but man, ammo is a staple of life, and perfectly willing to give anybody a plug that wants to help us out with it, because we're enjoying it and having fun with it. And some of the ammo is still really expensive, pretty expensive. The subsonic ammo, if you're not loading it yourself, it may be $25, $30 a box, retail. So you got to factor that in. You got to have the 220 grain ammo, I think, too, to get really silenced. That's what we were shooting, in the video. And it's a little bit pricey. But now standard stuff that is comparable to the 7.62 with 39, the AK-47 round. Yeah, that stuff is around for more reasonable prices. $15 a box, $13 a box, $18.95, whatever. And then the UMC is out now, because the Advanced Armament sent me some of that. It got it yesterday, in fact. We didn't shoot any of that, but we just got it. It's I think 115 grain, I believe. Yeah, 115 grain Remington UMC. And I think it retails for $12.99. So it might even be less than that at some places, and maybe it'll even go down some as this becomes more popular. So it's not necessarily, an ultra expensive round. You're getting down there close to the 5.56, cost, for maybe your more expensive ammo or premium ammo, or what it was costing us about a year ago, I guess, when it was hard to find, and ammo companies weren't able to keep up with us. But so we'll see how it goes. But it was a lot of fun, and we'll post. We did several videos with that, and we'll be posting those through the next week or two. Got some other guns you haven't seen yet, to do videos with, and picked up something today, in fact, that kind of excited about. So onward goes the project. Still having fun, really busy. Oh my gosh, just about can't keep up with the writing part of it. But I'm still hanging on there by the skin of my teeth, trying to keep my cool, manage the trolls and all that. People get blocked, they get mad, and they go complain somewhere else. I don't know. I just cannot resist blocking somebody if they come in and all they're there for is to cause trouble. I still can't cause trouble or just be extremely vulgar and all that kind of thing. It's like, go away. You're kind of in my house, in a way. Forget this freedom of speech crap. You're on my channel. I'm not going to someone else's channel and cause trouble. Yeah, that's their channel. I don't know. Anyway, I'm too old school, I guess. I can't help it. Anyway, we're pushing on, and like I say, I've said on my channel, if you see someone that seems to be simulating me, copying me, trying to present themselves as me anywhere on the internet, period, I guess let me know. I might need to use it in a legal sense sometime. If someone's defaming my character. But the kinds of posting I'm going to make. I don't think I ever criticize anybody, on the internet. I don't do that. I just don't do that. So if you ever see, and I don't use profanity and stuff like that. So if you ever see anything like that, it's not me anywhere. Although I've got the HIckok45 pretty well taken care of and spelled correctly. So, on most forums and certainly on YouTube. So just check the spelling. There could be one somewhere where I've not registered. But generally speaking, you're going to be able to tell if it's me or not. I'm not going to change my personality and my mode of operation overnight. So, but anyway, as we move into the Christmas season and the holidays, I hope you have a good one, however you celebrate it. Everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas per se, but it is a holiday for a lot of folks in some form or fashion, and I'm not going to get into all that controversy. I think we get a little too crazy over this business. We're getting upset if someone wishes us happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas, and I don't know. We need to all relax on all that stuff. Sometimes I think religion and politics does more dividing than it does uniting. At least for some people, it just really can. Particularly people are insecure about all that kind of stuff. It's just it's really easy to build walls. Things that are supposed to build bridges sometimes end up building walls because of personalities and all that sort of thing. People need to relax, take a break, I think, sometimes. But we are entering that season where most people are in more of a giving spirit and with spending time with family and everything. And so hopefully, whatever somebody's religion is or politics, that they're doing that. And I hope that all of you have a great December and a great Christmas, a great holiday, a happy Hanukkah, just whatever it is that you enjoy this time of year. Hopefully, mainly, the most important thing is that you get a chance to spend time with family maybe that you haven't seen. And if maybe a lot of your family is gone, like mine, there's still a lot of good left and a lot of people I'm sure you want to spend time with. And I'm sure you have some family left somewhere, hopefully. And basically, if you're alive and breathing and healthy, life really is pretty good. So it could be worse. It could always be worse, no matter how bad it might seem to you. So, little Hickokism there, maybe. Anyway, maybe even though it's winter, at least here, you'll get a chance to get out and shoot a little bit. I will. Cold, rain, sleet, whatever. We're going to shoot some, no doubt about it. So, we'll talk to you later. Take care. You've been listening to the HIckok45 radio show. See you on the range.